Good evening, everyone. I'm here in the garage. It's 7:45 on Wednesday evening. I'm standing in front of my kiln and I'm going to show you some of the pots from my very first ever stoneware temperature firing. Some of you who've watched some of the other videos would have seen the results from my first bisque firing, which is where you take the pots to 1000 degrees to make them half cooked, dry and biscuity, ready for glazing. And then once they're glazed, they go back in the kiln for a second firing. They go to a higher temperature. The glaze is changed into glass. It starts off as just a powder on the surface of the pot, and the clay itself also becomes mostly vitrified at stoneware temperature, so you get the strong, hard, impervious pots which are stoneware. Now, I did want to do a full sort of kiln reveal like I did for the bisque firing, but that couldn't happen because of timing, really. I lit the kiln at 1 PM on Sunday and it finished its firing at 10 AM on Monday morning, and basically it was still hot when I went to bed on Monday night, so I couldn't open it. And so I rushed down first thing Tuesday morning before work in a real state of impatience to see how I'd done. And I didn't, because it was before work, I didn't have time to do a video and show you anything. So you won't see me lift the lid and take the pots out because they're already out. But I'm just going to show you a few and talk about them. So there's a few behind me here, you can see. There's a set of cereal bowls, yogurt bowls here. There's 6 of these, and I've made these for 2 lovely people who know who they are. I'm hoping that they will like them, although I must emphasize there is no obligation to buy. On the outside they have cobalt, they have natural clay from Bosom Beach, which are the sort of shiny brown stripes, and they have ash glaze, which has reacted with the other ingredients and caused those rather attractive watercolory drips there. Anyway, we'll see if my customers like them. There's a couple of nice mugs here. This is a shape I still find quite difficult to throw. I certainly can't do it reliably. This is some nice white clay, and on here there were 3 different colours of slip, and then a transparent glaze has been overlaid, and it's created this rather nice, almost landscapey effect, like might remind you of the Downs or the coast. This mug has had exactly the same treatment before it was glazed, but then I've put glaze made from wood ash on the surface instead of the regular transparent. And ash glaze contains a lot of different minerals, and it always reacts more unpredictably, and it's more reactive in itself, and so it's much more likely to cause drips and other reactions. And you can say in this case it's sort of almost eaten into the surface slightly and created a more variegated, slightly more matte surface. I do really like this, but I think in this case I probably prefer the more glossy finish on the other one. This is a piece that I'm very pleased with. It appeals to me personally. I like things with an organic feel, and this definitely has that. And when it was green, it looked orange and black. I'll try and find some before and after pictures that had 2 different colours of slip on it. One being a natural clay, and it's also got the ash glaze on. Anyway, it's turned into a lovely sort of organic looking green and brown. The ash glaze has reacted really well. Lovely drips. It's very light. The shape is fun. I think that's a really nice piece, and I would like to try and recreate it. This is one I'm particularly pleased with. It was supposed to be a pint beer tankard. Now I'm clearly still not there with the pints, because clay tends to shrink anywhere from about 12% to about 30% in the firings, and I would say I'd say this has shrunk quite a lot, and it's probably more like half a pint than a pint, but it's really lovely. The ash glaze has reacted with the cobalt, and there's a lovely sort of orangey brown piece around the bottom where the fumes have leached out of the glaze that it's fired, and it's sort of burnt its way into the surface of the clay, which is really attractive. It's got some little pools of green ash glaze around where the handle attaches to the cup. I really like this, and I'm probably going to have a bit of a hard time giving it away, and I'll try it with some beer in it sometime soon. I might do a video of that as well. There's another little beer tankard here, which has some scratch texture and some writing on it to give you a clue as to what you might like to put in it. And this has a very iron rich glaze on it. It makes that brown, but which is good for showing texture. I'm going to try and turn the camera a bit. I'm not going to show you too much more because these videos get very long. But there's some more things there behind me. I'm going to have to take the camera off the tripod. This is one of a set of 3 ramen bowls that I made for a Facebook friend. Well, someone who used to work with us quite a while back. And I'm going to show some photographs of those and send them to her, and hopefully she will like them. And there are also some other patterned pieces which did attract some attention before they were fired. They have changed a bit in appearance. They've darkened slightly, and the sort of orangey clay has changed to a more subdued taupe in the firing. So whether people will find them quite so appealing now, I don't know, but this is a characteristic of stoneware. The temperatures are very high, so the colours that survive are usually muted. Pots which are very highly coloured, the colours and the glazes will have been fired to a lower temperature. Anyway, there's lots I could show you, but this video would get very long, and only the really dedicated would watch it all. So I'm going to stop here, but there will be more in due course. Thank you for watching.